There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England. That is but a taste of my fury. Do you yield?
I do not.
You may be an open book, Frisk, but I'm a bit more complicated than that. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. What do you call a ravioli that's just been caught?
I don't know. What do you call a ravioli that's just been caught?
An impasta. Get it? You get it's Among Us. It's an Among Us. It's an Among Us. Just laugh. It's funny. It's Among Us. The ocean is a soup.
Elaborate.
Well, what do you normally need to make a soup?
Well, water, salt, some kind of vegetable, and I personally like some meat in mine. The ocean is a soup.
The ocean is a soup! Wait, let me see if I got this right. You're an artificially created life form, a clone of the ancestor of every monster in your world, created for the sole purpose of battle?
Yes, that is correct.
So why are you a cat?
I am not a cat.
Then what's with the cat ears?
Yay. Give up. I know you're...
Okie dokie, artichokey, choking the artichokey.
Suck it, Bone Man. My arm! Yay.
Hey everyone, Revtrocity here, and hey, you finally got Saying a Lot of Things as Sans Part 2, and it didn't take a year to complete. It truly is a Revtrocity miracle, am I right? So I liked doing this last time with saying a lot of things as Deltarune characters in their extra video, so I'm gonna bring back the commentary for this video. I'm gonna give you some developer commentary, I'll give you some little insights into making this thing, and hopefully it'll be an entertaining thing for you to have in the background, or you can just watch this looping thing I found on Pond 5 if you wanted to. But let's get into it. First question, and I'm pretty sure this is one that's been lingering on your mind for a while now. Why the f do these take so long? And honestly, I think the answer has been staring me in the face for a year and a half, and I've been trying to rationalize and run away from that answer, but I don't think I can rationalize it anymore, and I have to come to the truth that I've just lost motivation. Like, plain and simple. I don't think I've made it much of a secret, too. Like, back when I was passionate about making these in 2019, 2020, I was uploading 4 Saying a Lot of Things videos in a year. And now you're lucky to get a Saying a Lot of Things video within a year of being announced, which is a horrible, horrible turnaround rate. I acknowledge that. It should take a month, or slightly more than a month, to get these things out when you consider outsourcing. 2 weeks if it's just by yourself. As for why that's the case, there are, I think, 3 factors for why Saying a Lot of Things videos get delayed so much. And the first one is obviously college. College was a very huge factor into why I couldn't upload these things. Like, you remember that 6-month break I took between my last upload and Saying a Lot of Things with Papyrus? That's because I was dumped with the busiest semester I'd ever had in my academic career, and I could not afford taking my time away from it. It was that demanding. The second reason, and I think this one's a much bigger culprit, are the smaller uploads on this channel. Like, I like making these smaller uploads. I do feel like I enjoy making them, but anyone who knows YouTube, anyone who's played the game of the algorithm knows that you have to consistently upload to stay fresh, to stay relevant, and to keep growing on YouTube. The only problem is that Saying a Lot of Things videos take time. They take a lot of time to make. And so when you're making these smaller videos, you're trying to stay fresh in the algorithm, and you keep putting off the bigger video off and off and off and off and off and off to the point where, like, you just forget about it. And you're like, these videos are helping me, like, stay relevant. Why do I want to risk being dropped by the algorithm to make these? So that's also a big issue. And the third one is creative stagnation. I don't want these Saying a Lot of Things videos to feel factory produced in a way. I want these to be fresh. I want to keep improving. I want to keep getting better. But if I'm going to advance this series, it also needs to keep getting bigger. And I'm at this place in my content creation life cycle, I guess, where I need to evolve somehow, and I don't know how. Rest assured, I'm still going to keep doing it. I still did have a lot of fun making Saying a Lot of Things with Sans 2. It was really nice to get back into the swing of things. But if I do continue saying a lot of things, I need to keep pushing my ambition. I can't guarantee that it is, but to me, I at least want to be creatively fulfilled when I make these. I don't want these to feel like a factory-produced series. I want this to feel special, every single one of them. So I hope that clears it up. I want these to feel more ambitious. I want these to feel more special. So whenever the next one gets made, it'll get made when I have something to offer, I guess. Something different, something new or special. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And this segues perfectly into the next part, where I think I've achieved a little bit of that result in this video, and that is upping the production value. I don't know if you've noticed, but I put a little bit more elbow grease into this one. I've collaborated with a lot more people. I got the voice actors you're familiar with by now. I got people familiar with FL Studio making little music rips for me. I had artists making thumbnails and little assets for the video. It's been fun. It's been really fun upping the production on these videos. I've been doing it across the channel too. I don't know if you watched Mouse Problem yet, but it's a really, really great comic dub where I got a lot more voice actors in on it. I had Drawsy Draws edited, and it's easily the best edited comic dub I have on my channel, like period, full stop. Hopefully I can keep doing that, but I also have to give a big shout out, their own separate section, to SpriterMike. Holy cannoli, I love you. Oh god, so if you've seen the video, you saw the animated intro to this thing, and it was freaking awesome. Like, I've known SpriterMike back when he did the Deltarune Among Us thing, and to date, that's like one of my favorite fan animations of all time. So I thought, you know what? This dude makes freaking good content. I want him on my video. So I asked them to animate this thing for me, and not only did they do a phenomenal job, they exceeded my expectations way more than I thought like they were. Like, oh my god, please subscribe to SpriterMike. They are phenomenal. They do great work. Please show them support. And all of this is to say that I've been upping the production value at a cost, because while I have been putting a lot more money into these videos, I've been producing them at a net loss, which means I'm losing more money than I'm getting back. So this also segues into an announcement, I guess. People have wondered why it's taken me so long to set up one, but I finally have a Patreon. This money from the Patreon is going to go into ensuring that artists, animators, voice actors, and everything in between are fairly compensated, generously compensated. So if you want to help support me and everyone else that I collab with, please feel free to donate. It would be phenomenal if I could make more higher quality commissions. But yeah, feel free to go check it out if you want to. I've made it super simple. It's only one tier. Don't feel like you have to do it, but it would be very much appreciated if you could. I guess that's my shield. I don't do a lot of shills on this channel, or if I do it very rarely. So hey, I'm officially a YouTuber now. Awesome. I'm a sellout. All right, now actually stuff about the video. Let's talk about that. And let's start with the thumbnail. So the artist for this video, as well as the previous Saying a Lot of Things to Sans, was Paradox Shifter. And when she made the original art for the first Saying a Lot of Things to Sans, it was in a batch of Sanses that they drew. I figured that for this video, it would really help the aesthetic to have that other Sans from that same batch for this one. Only problem is that Sans was drawn in like 2020. So I doubted if Paradox still had it, or they like deleted it or whatnot. So I asked them if they could like find it, or if like it was hidden somewhere. And she had to do some digging on an external hard drive, but she found it. She found the original Sans head and trumpet thing. And I was super overjoyed because it looked so derpy. Like, I love it to death. Also, I was originally planning to have the thumbnail look like this, which I didn't do. I made it more consistent with the first Saying a Lot of Things, Sans. But yeah, thank you to Paradox Shifter for finding the original Sans art. That's awesome. Oh, also, another person I want to shout out is Saki-chan. I commissioned them for the Rattle 'em Boys panel Discord freakout thing. Saki-chan is a close friend of mine, and I didn't realize that she was the voice of Asuka in the Hey Carnage meme. I've been friends with this person for years, and I was genuinely dumbfounded to realize she was a voice in a viral meme.
Hey, Carnage, do you know Candace?
So another thing about this video that I noticed is that Sans is a lot more animated. I don't know if you were able to tell, but Sans is a lot more emotional or a lot more emotive than I would say he canonically is. I don't know if it had anything to do with like where I was mentally when I recorded it, if I was just like jacked up on Dr. Pepper or whatnot. But looking back at the takes, I was like, I was a bit too animated for Sans. Like, this doesn't feel like Sans the skeleton. I was gonna try doing retakes of every single request, but I didn't want to have to go through that again for the sake of my own voice. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna redo the ones where I think the emotions were a bit too extreme for Sans and go from there. So I don't know if you noticed that or not, but Sans was a bit more animated this time around. Hopefully next time I'll take some melatonin to mellow myself out. Also, I had a bit of a Lackadaisy cameo in this video. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch to say it's a Lackadaisy cameo, but I got a voice actor from Lackadaisy to be a part of this thing. So, I am in a comic dubbing server with a really sweet guy named The Realizer. He has helped me in the past on a couple of videos. He was the voice of Burger Pants in the Hollowtail comic dub. But overall, he is just genuinely one of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met, and he is uber talented, like holy cannoli. He is really talented at editing and voiceover. He's been in a lot of projects doing stuff for like, you know, Undertale comic dubs, being a part of like the Avatar like comic dubbing scene. But his biggest claim to fame is that he is the lead Spanish translator for Lackadaisy, as well as the Lackadaisy comic dub editor and assistant editor to the series, as well as being the English voice of Horatio, the pleasantly plump gentleman in the pilot who was holding the door open for that lady cat. And even though he only had one line in the pilot, you're gonna be hearing a lot more from Horatio because Lackadaisy got funded, baby! Woo! But yeah, he was on his way home from a screening of Lackadaisy when I contacted him saying, hey, I'm looking for a theater-sounding guy, like an announcer-sounding guy to present Sans. Would you be up for it? And yeah, he knocked it out, did a great job, and no complaints. No pointers. He did a really awesome job. And also, Riel, if you happen to be watching this, I have just one thing to say to you. Only he'll know what that means. So next I want to share with you a Revtrosity content creation life hack with you all. If you've ever searched YouTube for music to put in your videos and you're unsure whether or not something is royalty-free, I have found a method that has saved my butt a bunch of times, and I'm going to pass it on to you. So what is this method? I'm going to tell you right now. So when I'm unsure if something is copywritten or not to use, what I like to do is I like to find the song I'm going to use and find someone who has uploaded that song in full on YouTube. When you go to check the description, you will see one of two things. If the description looks like this, where you see the artist's name and the song title, the video is claimed. That means it's not making any money, and the copyright owner, either through Content ID or manually, has claimed the video, and it's not free to use. But if you find a different song and you see this in the description, a distinct lack of that artist or that song in the description, then it's fine. It hasn't been claimed, and it's more than likely free to use, but I mean, you should obviously ask beforehand, especially if like the artist is contactable. But this is a tactic I've used to save my butt on more than one occasion. I'll give you an excellent example of this. So in saying a lot of things as Deltarune characters, when Chris hits you with the initially, that song was going to be the Halo 4 menu theme, but I didn't do that because through this method I was able to find that that was actually copywritten, and it's not good to use because usually video game OSTs don't have copyright protections, but the singer on the track does, and so it would have been claimed if I did this. Also, a nifty little tool is the little blue text at the bottom. If it says reuse allowed, then chances are you can go with your gut on this, that you can use it. These have been my little tools that I share to you now to find songs you can use in your videos. And then finally, I want to talk about my content going forward. I know I might have left you a bit uneasy saying that I've lost the motivation for saying a lot of things and just, you know, I'm being in a creatively stagnant place in content creation. And right now I am staring down two paths for the future of this channel. And I want to say this out loud so I can get your input on this. I really value your input on this. I either A, keep doing what I'm doing, I keep up these smaller uploads, stay fresh in the algorithm, but at the risk of keeping the saying a lot of things videos like more and more pushed back, just like they always have been. Or B, upload only when I have something important to say. This makes sure that I'm fulfilled as a content creator with expressing myself, showing off my art, and everything that I love to do, but at the risk of not uploading as frequently and falling behind in the algorithm and in terms of relevancy. I'm still at this creative crossroads, and I don't know in which direction I want to go, so let me know what you think. But yeah, I think this is the end of the commentary for Saying a Lot of Things as Sans Part 2. Thank you for watching. I know I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff as of late, a lot of commentary. I really am flattered by the comments saying that you love my natural speaking voice, that you could listen to this for hours. It's very nice. Thank you so much. But hopefully I can do more stuff like this, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.